Welcome to another OCD Recovery Instagram Live. I came on here very quickly to talk about the importance of the reading. The reading on the reading list, the first book, How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable About Anything, I Mean Anything, by Albert Ellis. It is crucial that you read that book. It sets the foundations for everything you need in terms of breaking down where you're catastrophizing situations and laying the framework for unconditional self-life and other acceptance. The second most important book by Albert Ellis on that list is The Myth of Self-Esteem. Specifically in chapter 4, Psychotherapy and the Value of a Human, it really breaks down about unconditional self-acceptance and why there are no good and bad humans, so we stop rating ourselves by individual acts and accept ourselves and give up this notion of conditional self-acceptance, which we all tend to have. So that book, How to Stubbornly Refuse, and the second book, Myth of Self-Esteem, are crucial. You're going to need to read those possibly a few times. I read them 3 or 4 times for it to really go in. It's very difficult if you don't. Audiobooks is no good for this, because you really need to see it printed, make notes, highlight things. So like if you were studying a language, it's really got to go in, okay? Now that's, of course you'll get the OCD then of what if it hasn't gone in? What if I don't understand it? All of that's going to happen. Well, okay, you might not understand it. Allow that to happen. Go along as best you can. But you'll probably need to reread it. Don't try and bolt it down. I've got to get this acceptance right. Don't do that. Just go along as best you can. Work through those. The other books help with the understanding of anxiety in general and how it operates through the sort of pioneer of anxiety, Claire Weekes, and later with Paul David's book. And they're very, very good too. And Viktor Frankl's book's fantastic for understanding about attaching meaning to life, even in really difficult circumstances. That's why those books are on there before I bring out my book, which will be specific to OCD and all how unconditional self and life acceptance applies, and a real depth of knowledge on OCD in general, which these social media accounts try to do to give you that knowledge so that you understand OCD a lot better. But in the meantime, to really lay the foundations, the reading is vital. You've got to read the book. I couldn't have recovered without a good understanding from the first book, and certainly from The Myth of Self-Esteem, until I really stopped rating myself as like a bad human if I did one wrong thing, and to really understand the principles of unconditional self and life acceptance so that I could really feel it embodied was crucial. So please read the books. Break it down bit by bit. Don't try and blitz it and finish the whole book in 2 seconds. Try and do it stage by stage. Say if you were learning a new language like French or something, you wouldn't try and learn French in one day. Bang, I'm going to learn French completely. What you would do is you'd do it in stages. You would learn French bit by bit. And that's what's going to get you better. Those books are crucial. I can't highlight it enough. Anyone that I've worked with on recovery has always stresses the importance of the reading. So do that. Read those books. I'll post the reading list up on the page, but otherwise you can get it you just sort of through the Facebook group or by scrolling down the page. It's on the Instagram page, and it will be on the new website that's being released in the next 2 to 3 days. So you will see it there. The books are, just so that I'll recap them now, How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable About Anything by Albert Ellis, The Myth of Self-Esteem by Albert Ellis, Claire Weekes' Self-Help for Your Nerves, Paul David At Last Alive, and Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, and Marcus Aurelius Meditations. Aurelius Meditations isn't completely necessary. I just put it on there to show where the foundations of Stoicism and so on laid the framework for Albert Ellis to develop REBT, which then went on to become CBT. So I think those are essential. The Ellis books are essential. The Claire Weekes book is very essential. And I mean, all those first 4, the first 5 books are essential parts, I think, of the journey. Really big impact on me and all the people that I've worked with. So please do the reading for that. And yes, you will need to read books again to really get the messages to the point, the principles to go in. It takes a while, but try not to be compulsive about that. All right, guys, I'll see you on another Instagram Live soon. Take it easy.